I've got to keep that left wrist flat. Remember, when I don't have the right handle size, if I go to blue here, I just grip it firmly, that left wrist is flat. As soon as I go to a larger size, I get a cup. So if you're using a different handle size to change, is this a good idea? Maybe. Because I'll stay within my strength in doing it. What I know is the strongest part of my lower core. This time though, because I want to be able to go exactly to, I'm going to put myself at 146. So as a lower core player, this is low core, I add 3 degrees to every one of these stance widths. So at 18, I'm 152. If I go to blue 3, I would be at 149. If I go to blue 4, which I am at 30 inches, I'm going to go to 146. So 146 is what I'm headed to. So I have tape on both fingers this time. These again, bending forward. Now you saw where I was able to go with red 1, 8. I'm on my heels. My weight wants to go to my heels now. Of being out at blue 4, the 30-inch mark. And as you do this, knowing where your balance needs, if you're doing it for yourself, let your balance go. My weight is wanting to go right to my heels. I'm changing my carrying angle. I'm moving my balance. And we haven't talked about this for a while. I'm moving my bite as well. As I do this, if I was on red 1, my front teeth are touching. I go to blue 4, my bite is moving all the way back. Lean back. And I'd have a lot more back extension leaning back in my upper core and mid core than I do my lower. Again, I'm on my heels. First thing I want you to see is I did the exercise with my tape, with the tape on, and you'll notice at this width, my forearms are not just parallel to my thighs, they are identical. I'm going to be at 146 here. Let me take. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to practice. If I'm as a low core player, I'm going to practice. I'm going to do the exercise with tape on both, and I'm going to take it off at least one. Because if I leave it on, I'll come back and show you in a moment what happens if I leave it on. So I'm going to go to 146 here, 0.3. So where do I go? I'm going to be much more like Hogan in this position. So I'm going to go up here. Let's see if that, and notice where my trail hand automatically wants to go under. And you notice how far, you are not going to be able to move your, and there is 146. That's my upper arm here. And here is 146 on this side. I'll show you what it looks like. And there we go. It should be, and that bubble centered right there. 90 degrees to the ground. Let me get my lower core grip size. Again, that crease on the side goes on the side of the grip. My power spot this time is going to be on the blue. second pad up. Notice how wide my base is. So by getting the club more out in the fingers, that immediately strengthened my grip. And because of having done the Wright Balance Express with tape on both fingers, I now have a choice. I can either go complementary, which is where I want to be, or I can go butterfly. Not a good idea for a lower chord player. And you'll see that Hogan in his book is a butterfly grip. So, this is where I played in the 80s and 90s. And excuse me for chuckling, but where I put all my students. No, you have to be wider. You can't set your arms there. And Laird Small once told me, Laird is a mid-court player. Laird was the director of instruction at Pebble Beach. And when I was at Pebble Beach doing a clinic one time, we were talking about this, and Laird could go all the way here, all the way on top as a mid-court player. And I said, Laird, how do you get there? He says, well, I work so hard. I think he told me because he had worked a lot on the golf machine, and that's what he was working. I believe Hogan being a model there, he was working to get there. He said, I just stretched and stretched. So, okay. So this is what I would look like at address. I have and by the way, adding that trail hand with a complementary grip, not a bad idea. This is what I used to teach. Look where it puts. So I have the grip here. I'm good. All I do is rotate the face up. I recently saw a Trevino video where he said we have 3 club faces at address. We have the lead hand, we have the club face, and we have the trail hand, all matching. And that's really what a complementary grip is. So notice, and remember I said, if I go straight down, look at that ball position, way back. So I'm going to, and notice how much shaft lean I have here. The butt of that club is going to point to my lead thigh once I get everything set. So I'm going to sit down. I'm going to add a little secondary tilt, and notice my ball position move forward. And if I look at this now, see if I didn't lose it, there is my 146, and here is my 146. So I'm still repeating with the lower court player. The spine angle will be 146, and the thigh angle, shouldn't say it'll be whatever carrying angle they're working on. So if I go to blue all the way out to 36 inches, I can move my carrying angle 143 is my stance with here. And if I get any narrower than that, I'm going to go to 26, because if I get any narrower than 25, I'm not going to be able to set my sequence of motion correctly. The narrower I get, everything wants to move together. So I have to be able to separate the upper and lower core. So I'm actually at 27 inches here now. And this, for me right now, it feels pretty comfortable. Notice where my arms are on my chest wall. And when you're testing this, hips should be testing the through swing, shoulders the back swing for my lower core. That's only lower core. So we're going to put the club on the ground, shaft is parallel to the ground. I'm going to sit down, keeping the back straight. Now I'm going to set a little secondary tilt. Ball position is pretty centered. I'm gonna bring this across. Now, my thigh angle and spine angle are also 146 right now. So if I start my shoulders first and then release the lower body, now that lead knee should be pointing close to straight out. I can't play from here. I can tell you right now because my hamstring is about to pop, but that's age. Now I rotate. Hips are going to start back through, and I'm going to finish. And I'm going to have ease of motion. The ease of motion. Think of the carrying angle as the angle of range of motion through the body. I'll show you the short thumb because that's what you're going to see. I'll put the bar on and show you the short thumb here. I didn't show you in the upper core, which you can do it yourself. You'll feel it. Whatever core zone you're in, if you're on that power spot, so when I go to the blue out here and I grip this club, look at my thumb. And if you have Hogan's book, you'll notice that's his thumb position in his lead hand. So if I stand here with forget about arms position with a short thumb, and I get a little longer, look where my hips go. So I need a short, this position, you don't have to teach short, medium, and long. Just want you to understand what it's doing and how natural it is. If your student has the club set properly, if they're a low core player and you say, take your right hand off, and you see a long thumb, you know that grip is not set properly. It's an easy way when you're teaching to check the power spot without removing the hand.